You are listening to the Cellular Alchemist podcast, and here's your host, Ritu Malhotra.
Let's celebrate with intention. It's that time of year again where everybody's making resolutions. There are resolutions galore. I promise this, I promise you that, I promise myself this. I will lose 10 kilos, I will exercise more, I will give up on X, Y, and Z. There's something so refreshing and exciting about January, don't you think? A chance to renew our commitments to what's working in our lives and a chance to let go of what is not. Each new year presents a new slate, at least for a little while. And it just makes sense to resolve to do better, I think. It's a good start to the year. Personally, I decided a few years ago that the idea of a resolution per se didn't put me in the right frame of mind to make changes. I felt it was a bit judgy and I felt a pressure to keep my resolution 100%. Or I thought I'd be a failure. So why not intention instead of resolution? What do you think? Compared to an intention, a resolution is relatively simple. It either is or it's not. Intentions, I think, require nurturing and cultivating, and also a chance to create, to collaborate with the universe, to manifest our visions. A resolution, on the other hand, doesn't offer much in the way of creativity. So I was looking for a word that described this thought, and I found it in the Sanskrit word sankalp. So what I do for myself is a sankalp. In Sanskrit, it means good intention or resolve. By setting an intention, I make it clear to myself and others just what I plan to do. So I redefine what it means to be sincere about my hopes and my dreams. But not in the New Year's kind of way that I will lose so much and I will find the perfect partner and, it's more of a committed resolve, intention. So I think the problem with resolution lies in thinking that we aren't good enough the way we are and that we'll be better or happier when we get something else or change who we are. There is so much that we want, but we may be approaching it from the wrong angle. So let's ask ourselves, why do I want what I desire? When we establish the why, then true intention gets clear and it becomes a way of living and not a daunting, unachievable sort of goal. In setting an intention to make a sankalp that you're already enough and you move forward without having an attachment to the outcome. You're just focused on moving and getting better. It's more about the journey. You might still want to lose the 10 kilos, but it's not about the skinny jeans you'll fit into. But the focus is on good nourishment and exercise, which might also fit the skinny jeans criteria, and not because you need to change who you are or how you look. So let's get clear about what we want to create and cultivate in our lives. I'd like to start with being more patient, more kind, more generous, lifestyle changes, sort of. More realistically, I will schedule exercise each week, adding more each month. I will add one healthy food to each meal and ask myself if I'm truly hungry about taking another bite. And I might not do it then. See the difference? Now I want to say a few more things besides the obvious. If my intention is something less measurable, shall we say, like more focus or be easier with myself or happiness, then I can pay more attention to how I can incorporate these in my day as well. Then I can also do something each day to show myself that I'm committed towards these intentions as well. Small steps, baby steps create big change. So step on it. Take a step, one step, and then another, and then another. And drop the R word from your vocabulary. Just set an intention.
That was this week's episode for the Cellular Alchemist podcast with spiritual psychologist Ritu Malhotra. Don't forget to follow the podcast and join us next week for yet another episode. Thank you for listening.